Hello, my name is Grete, and I recently completed my bachelor's in computer science at Pomona College. I am very excited to present our research on the effects of shared gaze on audio versus text-based remote collaborations. I conducted this work with 5 other undergraduate students at Pomona and our advisor, Alexandra Papoutsaki. Today, remote collaboration is an essential part of the professional landscape. Following the outbreak of the COVID-19 global pandemic, remote work became overnight a crucial measure of public safety. In the spring of 2020, 34% of US employees who used to commute started working from home. Even before the pandemic, a global survey showed that 50% of employees worked outside their main office at least 2.5 days per week. This dramatic shift in the modern workplace has been supported by collaborative applications on platforms like Google Drive and Microsoft OneDrive, which are paired with synchronous media such as instant messaging on Slack and voice and video conferencing on Zoom. Nevertheless, remote collaborators still face unique and long-standing challenges such as lack of common ground, implicit cues, and task awareness, which can severely impact the quality and outcome of their collaboration. Recently, dual eye tracking technology has been explored as a novel way of enhancing remote synchronous communication through shared gaze. Shared gaze allows collaborators to see each other's point of gaze visualized on their own screen. Shared gaze has been shown to lead to better collaboration performance and increased levels of mutual understanding and joint attention in diverse settings. However, gaze sharing has only been studied in settings with audio or gaze-only communication. This is an important omission as text-based media are used in environments where voice communication is not suitable, such as in open plan environments or in locations with lower internet bandwidth. Our work aims to fill this gap by exploring how the combination of traditional media, such as voice conferencing and instant messaging, and the visualization of shared gaze influences collaboration performance. We conducted a within-subjects experiment where 24 pairs of participants had to collaborate to solve 4 different mysteries. Each mystery was completed under a different condition: voice, where the communication was achieved via voice conferencing; voice plus gaze, where we added a visualization of shared gaze; text, where collaborators communicated via instant messaging; and finally, text plus gaze, which again added the visualization of shared gaze. For each task, participants were provided with an image of the crime scene, a police report, and profiles for each of the 3 suspects, and had to solve the mystery within 10 minutes. Some of the clues were shared, while others were unique for each participant and critical to the successful identification of the suspect. During text-based communication, shared gaze had a positive effect on task correctness. Similar improvements observed during the voice-based communication agree with prior studies. However, the completion time was improved only for audio-based communication. This finding indicates that shared gaze induced qualitative changes in the text-based collaboration process rather than simply facilitating it. Gaze sharing also led pairs to look and talk more often about the shared content on their screens, regardless of the primary signal of communication. We're looking at the exchanges between participants during the text plus gaze condition. We find that joint attention and referral to shared visual elements are indeed increased, as exemplified by this exchange of messages. We also looked at the way the participants perceived their collaboration through a series of questionnaires and interview questions. Measures such as perceived joint attention, flow of communication, and awareness of the partner's activity slightly increased during text plus gaze. However, the perceived cognitive workload was exacerbated during text-based collaboration. This was also reflected in our post-study interviews, with participants overall preferring shared gaze when coupled with voice-based communication. Overall, our work presents the first study on shared gaze that focuses on text-based communication. We highlight how shared gaze affects differently both objective and subjective measures during audio versus text-based communication. In the paper, we also discuss implications for future remote collaboration tools in novel settings. With that, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I would be happy to take any questions.